You're the alumni. My name is Benjamin Ayres. This is the Professor's Lounge at Romance University. Yes, he's wearing another one of his hoodies. That's the way it's going right now. It's nice to feel comfortable. So I know that I didn't answer both of Annalise's questions in the last one. It's because the first question she asked was a little more complex. And I'm going to answer that one after I answer this one from Aiden. Aiden says, do you remember what your first paid gig was and how you spent the money? And I don't remember. I don't remember my first paid gig, but I can tell you that I did a lot of commercials. I did a commercial for Labatt Blue, which is a Canadian beer company. There was like 5 spots. They were super fun. I was the bad influence friend. I did a commercial for Southern Comfort. I did one for Ford Escape and Ford Ranger, actually. I did one, this is funny. I was on a beach. My girlfriend's about to put some suntan lotion on and she looks up and the clouds are covering the sun and she's like, oh. And I'm like, it's okay, I got this. And I put a rope around my arm and I lasso the clouds and then jump in my truck and drive away, and the rope pulls the clouds away so the sun can beat on her beautiful body. So I did that one. Actually, interesting fact, her name, she's a big actress, Nadine Velasquez. She was on My Name is Earl, right? She went on to become rather famous. I did that commercial. So I did a lot of commercials and then started to get into, getting more parts on TV shows. So I honestly can't remember my first one. What did I spend it on? I've never really been the type of person who receives money for a thing and then goes out and buys something specifically. The only time I've ever done that was my 40th birthday. There was a watch I really wanted and I felt like this is what I should buy for myself. So I don't really buy myself specific items. Is that weird? Or at least I don't buy them and say like, it's because of this. Maybe I should do that more. Reward myself. Now, I'm gonna get into this next question. This was the second part, the first of the second part that Annalise asked from Belgium. How do you handle criticism of your work from both colleagues or other people you work with, the industry in general, and the public? Okay, that's a tough one. And I don't really have this prepared, so I'm just gonna say, I probably did not handle it well when I was starting out because who doesn't want everyone to love them and like them and appreciate the work that they're doing? But I also understand, so let me just say this. It probably used to affect me. No, it did. It affected me. Does it affect me now? Not so much. Not so much. I don't also really go out and read what people have to say. I'm now pretty confident in what I do, and I probably wasn't as confident before. So those types of comments could actually, they would hurt a little bit. I have found that most of the comments now have to do with my physicality, the way that I look. Why doesn't he shave? His hair looks weird. I don't like that it's curly. He looks like a bum. He moves his eyebrows too much when he talks. Like it's kind of strange stuff. So I appreciate that people have their opinions, because I would have to say that there are some actors out there that I just don't respond to, that other people love their performances. But I also think it's a special kind of person that goes online and writes something negative about other people. I mean, I'm sure you have noticed that I try not to be negative or have negative views of others, because I understand that everybody's going through their own thing and trying their best. And I think that oftentimes I just have so much empathy that when somebody goes out of their way to say something about me, I think, oh, that's so sad that they have that feeling in their life that I don't know, maybe they didn't quite accomplish the things they wanted to in their life, or life didn't pan out the way that they wanted to. So instead it feels better to bring other people down, or try to bring other people down. And maybe it does make them feel a little better for a short period of time, or maybe deep down they know it's the wrong thing to do, but they do it. But also I'm aware that I chose a job that puts me out there to be criticized, I guess, you know? But nobody really walks, I mean, I guess you do. Think about it. You go to a barber, you don't like the way that barber cuts the hair, you're like, don't go to that barber, he's the worst, you know, that's like the worst haircut I've ever had. Or that accountant is terrible, or I can't stand that CEO. The weird thing about what I do is that if you were to hang out with me on set, you'd be like, he's a great guy. It's just that there is a tendency to want to watch a movie or a show and criticize it. And that's okay. You know, that's sort of what we do. And I think that that's healthy. And I think that, like I said, it probably used to affect me more, but honestly now it doesn't even bother me. In fact, I kind of think it's funny. I actually have a few that I was going to read out, but I don't want to single out specific things people have said about me, because I don't know, I don't want you to find them and then be like, this person said that, or like, you know, shine a light on it. But at the end of the day, people can say whatever they want. And if you're not comfortable in your own skin and where you are, it can affect you. So if that's the case, it's best not to be online reading that stuff. And definitely take it with a grain of salt, because you don't know who it is. Some random person who lives in a basement somewhere and never sees the light of day and is angry or not, or is a wonderful person who just does not like you. And that's okay too. That's the interesting thing about the internet now, is we've sort of opened it up to everybody having an opinion, right? And when everybody has an opinion, it's noisy out there. So this is your reminder to also shut out the noise and just connect with the people that you love, because at the end of the day, that's what matters most, not Rebecca or Jeff in Wisconsin. I don't go to Wisconsin, so they can say whatever they want about me. But I appreciate that question, because I hadn't really thought about it in a long time. And you know, as actors, I think we do in some ways have to be aware. Let me tell you this too. There's the opposite, okay? If you are not fully comfortable in yourself, if you get too much praise, that goes to your head, and that is toxic. You cannot believe all the good things that are said about you. I would actually argue that it's worse to walk through life thinking you're better than everyone else because you do something as simple as make movies and people say nice things about you. I think it's important to listen to the nice things that people say, but if you let it affect the way you live and who you are, and you start to think you're better than everyone, and it influences your work, and people say, oh, I like when he does this, I like when he does that, and then you start to do those things as a nod to your fans, I think that can be dangerous. So it takes a while to discover who you truly are. And I think in this industry in particular, it can be difficult when you're doing it under the watchful eye and gaze of many. And most actors deep down just want to be loved like everybody else, but almost on another level, because they're putting themselves out there. And yeah, you got to be careful. But that goes for anyone. Anyway, I appreciate that question. That was a nice rambling. I'm good at that. Thank you so much. Class is dismissed.